Hello guys, and welcome to Gusto News on Gusto TV. My name is Andy. On the news this time, we've got Baba closely followed by Ckay, and we're rounding up the news with Joeboy. But before I go on, definitely I'd say a very big thank you for the likes and the comments on the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the post notification bell so that you would know when something new drops. So guys, let's go to the news because we've got some juicy news for you. Starting up with Baba. Well, Baba has been in the news of late, definitely because of the marriage saga and all. And Baba came out to say, you know what, you guys stop talking about my family, just we want to keep it private, just stop talking about it. And then, you know, Brymo came into the picture. Brymo came up to talk about Baba accusing him, you know, of sleeping into his wife, and also accusing him of assaulting him physically. Yeah, so that was the talk from Brymo as regards Baba. And then we also saw, you know, a letter, or rather a lawsuit from Baba's lawyers against Brymo, talking about all of this. And then we've not really had so much talk from Baba himself. Well, this morning Baba came up to his Instagram page, so, you know, just let out how he felt at the moment, just talk about some things that he was feeling at the moment. And he felt, you know, this was just time for him to just let some things go. Although during his this whole talk by Baba on his Instagram story, he didn't mention any particular name. He didn't say if this was for a particular person, if it was referring to people talking about his wife, or if it was referring to, you know, Brymo bringing out new news about him and new allegations about him. So Baba just went on to his story to say a whole lot of things. And guys, trust me, he said a whole lot of things on his IG story. Okay, well, you can see with this one says, it be like I dey borrow now, abi. So maybe until me self decide to give una toxic and evil personnel before una go back. So this is just Baba talking how it feels. And it says, Iyala, I'm ready for any bullshit now. Make all of us decide to craze, and I don't give a flying F. Okay, he says, your disrespect only shows who you are. Feel free, don't be shy, enjoy what you hope to enjoy. We shall meet in front. He goes on to say again, it is well. He says, when you allow some type people access to you, no shaking. Says again here, una no fit make me crazy. It no go happen. But Baba is just, you know, just going on to see how he just feels. Just so many things right now, or rather so many things were going through his mind. I just felt, you know what, I'm just going to let so many things out. Well, this one says, all the people we don't decide say una must involve peaceful people for una effed up pattern just because una no fit. Make una keep them up. And all of una way they encourage that levels, no shaking. When the gods decide to follow up, I hope say una go keep the same energy. I think this one is trying to talk about, you know, people who is trying to say, you know what, some of you guys just bring up some matters when I'm being peaceful and all, and then you people just feel you just go like that. He says when it's time, or rather when he feels that the gods in quotes decide to take the matter up, I hope you all will be ready. So I think this one is quite direct to some people, but he didn't mention any names as regard that one. So he also goes on to say, I will never change who I am for anything or anybody. Just enjoy the privilege of having access to a God now. It shall be well. Well, he goes on to say so many things from Baba actually. It be like say I don't dey yarn plenty, according to Brashagi, or you will say a word is enough for a while. Thank you. Okay, still on Baba's talk. He says don't tempt anybody to do their worst. You might not like what they can do. Anything can happen from based on anything. I think Baba is actually angry because he's saying don't tempt anybody to do their worst. So it's just like, you know what, if you don't stop doing this thing, you might actually see the other side of me, or rather you might see the worst side of me. So you guys don't tempt me to do my worst because you might not like what I can do. Well, Baba trying to show us, you know, just telling us now, giving some warnings. And obviously he says, I refuse to choose violence. So he's saying, you know what, I'm just trying to be calm. I don't want to be so violent about this issue. I just refuse to choose violence. And then I think he wraps this up by saying, just so pissed off at some idiot things at the moment. He says, excuse me a minute. So just, you know, trying to let people know that, you know what, just right now I'm actually just pissed at so many things, and I just want to, you know, use this time to just calm my head and let everything off, you know, just let everything off a minute. So you know what, just you guys are just going to excuse me for this minute because I just really want to clear my head off some things. So this may be, you know, Baba probably throwing shades at Brymo for all the allegations he has said against him, and you know, he's trying to say, you know what, if you keep on talking this way, you might actually see the worst side of me, or you might see the gods in front. So I hope you're ready. And this could also be to people who have been, making new allegations about his marriage and trying to say, you know what, if you guys actually continue talking, you might actually see the worst side of me. So yeah, although no name was mentioned by 2baba as regards this issue, but trust me, more news would definitely pop out from this one, as if this was targeted at Brymo, definitely Brymo, being who he is, will definitely, come up and say something new, or just drop out something, definitely. So you know what you're going to do, you're just going to hit the post notification bell so that you get notified anytime something drops, because we'll be here to dish it out for you hot as it is hot. That's most you get. Right now we're moving on to Ckay. Yeah, definitely Ckay, one of Nigeria's hottest artists, one who has been talked about mostly, or one of those top two who have been talked about mostly, definitely, because there has been Wiz who has also been talked about. Ckay is also the artist that we've been talking about. Ckay has been doing well for his song Love Wanting to be breaking records on Billboard, Shazam, Spotify, and different other platforms. Well, this time it's on YouTube, and Ckay is doing so well on YouTube. So let's see how Ckay is faring on YouTube. So this one says at Ckay peaks at number 20 on the YouTube 100 artists. So top 100 artists on YouTube, Ckay peaks at number 20. As it says here in the analytics, he has stayed 5 weeks on this chart and has gathered about 98 million views on YouTube. And last week he was on at number 33, and this week he's at number 20, gaining 13 places. So he climbed 13 places up on the top 100 artists on YouTube. This is global, actually. This is YouTube global. Ckay is currently at number 20 on YouTube global 100 artists. Last week he was at number 33, and he climbed 13 places up to move to number 20. So big congrats to Ckay on this one. And it doesn't just end there on YouTube. This one says Ckay's Love Wanting featuring Joeboy and Kwame Eugene has now spent 2 weeks at number 1 on global YouTube top songs with 91.4 million plus views. The song has expanded 6 weeks on the chart. So yeah, this is the second week in which this song is actually spending number 1 on YouTube global top songs. So this is really massive, as it says in the in the slide here, which has 2 weeks on this chart. Big congrats again on Ckay for this one. Still on YouTube. We are still on YouTube. Okay, here we have it here. Joeboy Ckay at number 1 for global top songs. Last week it was at number 1, and this week still at number 1. I spent 6 weeks on the chart and has about 91.4 million views. Big congrats to Ckay, doing big things as he has been doing over the past few weeks. So moving on to the next one, which is Joeboy. Joeboy also on YouTube has been doing really massive well. The song Alcohol has been breaking grounds. So many people have been jumping on the challenge, or the alcohol challenge on TikTok, and so many people have been talking about this song. Well, at Joeboy official is number 1 on this week's YouTube Nigeria top artist chart. It is the first time ever that Joeboy will reach number 1 on the chart after spending 7 and 6 weeks on the national chart. Alcohol is also number 1 on this week's YouTube Nigeria top songs chart. So this is the first time that Joeboy will be the number 1 on YouTube Nigeria's top artist chart, and he has spent, he has been on this chart for about 76 weeks, but this is the very first time that he's going to be on number 1 for this particular one. So yeah, we have it here. Joeboy at number 1, finally at number 1 after spending 76 weeks on the chart. He has been on chart for 76 weeks, and he is at number 1. Last week he was at number 4. So the Nigerian top artist Joeboy for YouTube, let's mention the Nigerian top artist for YouTube Nigeria, Joeboy is currently at number 1. Last week was at number 4 and has spent 76 weeks on this chart, and for the very first time Joeboy gets to that number 1 spot on YouTube Nigeria top artist. So guys, this is how we're rounding things up on the news this time. Remember, if you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe and hit the post notification bell so you'll be notified each time a new video drops. And you can tell us in the comment section what you feel about this news. Who do you think 2baba was referring to in his Instagram story this morning? Tell us how you feel about Joeboy and Ckay's new milestone on YouTube. Just tell us in the comment section, and we're there to answer to some, if not all, of the comments. Yeah, on to the next news. My name still remains Andy. Bye.